welcome back to Emotional Mojo. You know, there's nothing cuter or more special than that bond between a dog and a child. So we are so happy to welcome a furry friend to the studio, helping kids through very tough moments. Welcome Tibet and her handler, Brenda Kocher, to the show. Welcome, you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
She's very nervous, as you can tell.
Yeah,
right?
this is a hyped up pooch here.
Yeah. Well, there's a really good reason we wanted you guys to be here, to share the message of what you do together and how you're helping children. What is that? What do you guys do?
Well, I'm a volunteer Guardian AD Litem, and I don't know if you all know what that is, but what I do is I'm appointed by the court to represent children that have been removed from their homes because of abuse, neglect, or abandonment. So they've been put into the care of the state, and now they are considered dependents of the state. So we call it dependency court.
Okay.
And so when those kids have to come to court and talk to the judge about anything, emotional abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, it's quite a scary thing for that child, intimidating thing for that child to have to do. So we try to level the playing field a little bit by bringing Tibet into the picture to bond with the children before they go into the courtroom. And as you can see, she's actually working right now. This is her job.
This takes calming.
This takes self-control. And so a lot of people think, wow, she's just taking a nap. She's not doing anything. But this is part of her breeding. She was bred by Canine Companions for Independence. They're based in California, and we're very, very blessed here in Orlando to have them right here in Orlando.
Yeah, definitely.
So they've trained her, did all of the training. I can't take any credit for any of the commands that she knows. And they trained me as her handler. So I lived on their campus for 2 weeks.
So what kind of training did you guys go through? Like, what were some of the things you had to do? I mean, you guys have to bond as well.
Yes, yes. Well, I interviewed with them in December, and they had to teach me how to give a correction to a dog, which is really hard, especially if you're a softie. So, you know, because she's got the correction chain on her right now. And so if you give her a command and she doesn't do it, you have to give a correction. That's tough when you're a softie. So, and so what they do is they teach you all of the 40 commands that the dog knows. 40? 40 commands.
Are there a couple we could see? Because earlier you guys were doing a couple of different things.
Sure, sure. Tibet, sit. Tibet, sit. Tibet, visit.
Visit.
Oh. So
That's a girl.
So she just goes up and comforts then the children.
Kids, this is actually a lap command. She got a little ahead of herself. But
she knows what's coming.
Yeah, a visit is actually just the head in the lap, and the lap.
So
we usually do a lap right after a visit. So you got a little ahead of herself.
Will she be with the children doing this while they're talking to the judge or whoever?
Possibly. A lot of times she's on the floor right next to them.
Wow.
Tibet, off.
So it just comforts them and gives them that sense of peace. And you were telling me yesterday you had Tibet dressed up as the Easter Bunny with some Easter ears and an Easter basket.
We had the Guardian AD Litem bake sale at the courthouse, and poor Tibet had to wear bunny ears. And
look at her. So here's the thing. She's adorable, obviously. I'm sure she gets a lot of attention from everybody. But you do say there are some people that she's not allowed to interact with. Who and why?
The adult staff at the courthouse release. I'm going to let her go on a release, and she can interact with you guys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So these are the things we don't know. And why? Yeah, I mean.
The adult staff at the courthouse, because, and the bailiffs love her, everybody, the attorneys all love her, everybody just wants to pet her so much. But if she makes friends with the adult staff at the courthouse, she might leave a child's side to go see one of her buddies. So that would be counter-therapeutic, right?
And this is a brilliant use of there have been multiple studies that show that the presence of an animal has physical advantages, emotional advantages that bypass circumstances. So even in a difficult situation like this, just the presence of the dog instantly helps people feel better.
The other thing that's very interesting is that when people experience trauma, one of the first things to shut down is the language centers of the brain. And one of the things that we're trying to do at court is to get to the truth of what happened to a child.
Help them talk.
And so when they start petting her, the rhythmic action of them petting her, it starts opening up those language centers of the brain. Also helps minimize the re-victimization that occurs when that child has to recount those details of abuse and to actually tell a perfect stranger.
Well, it's such a great program. We're so happy you came in so that people could learn a little more about it. You know, if you want more information, if you're interested in how it works, you can always visit the Voices for Children Guardian AD Litem website. It's vfcgal.org. canine.org. And if someone's thinking, I have a child who may need this service, is that somewhere they can get some information?
Yeah, usually, we only serve children that are in the dependency court. So they would have to be in foster care or living in a group home, something like that. So they would be dependents of the state. And that's how they kind of get to us.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, you two.
Sure.
Why don't we have you stick around and play some yes, no with us?
All right.
It's a really fun game, but she's going to pass out the signs. All right, so there's a viral video I want to show everybody, yet this one is not getting such a great reaction. So 24-year-old Jason Holden and his twin brother Jeremy hopped into their van, they put on masks, they went to a local park and did this. You can take a look up here. Yeah, they coordinated this hoax with their stepmother, who allowed them to fake kidnap their 4-year-old half-brother. When they tried to go back and tell frantic parents they were sorry, it's just a prank, they did not get a very good reaction. Take a look.
We called the cops. They know we're doing it. I mean,
well, they should have not gave you permission to do that.
Yeah, well, we're filming a video for...
I don't give a dude. We don't care.
Here's the thing, the guys say, look, it was all in the name of abduction awareness, yet they have an entire YouTube channel showing different pranks they pull off on a regular basis. So they could now face criminal charges. So here's the question. Do you think they deserve to be charged with a crime for pulling off this prank?
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
No.
Clark says no.
Why? Let's take the no first.
Okay. Not to be too blunt about it, but stupidity isn't illegal. The things rude, thoughtless, even if we take them at their face value that they were trying to put a helpful message out there, really, really unhelpful way to get that message out.
Yeah.
So unintelligent, unhelpful, but I don't know that it would fall under illegal.
What do you guys think? I'm interested to get your opinion
He makes
as
a great
well.
point, but just the lack of judgment.
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
I mean, think how stressed out as a parent you would be to witness this, and the other children at the park were probably really scared too, right?
Right.
And
Traumatize them.
Yeah.
And if you're going to find a hidden treasure, though, how cool was it that there was this phalanx of other adults that were up and running?
I do like seeing that. I think that's great. I mean, just the fact that to know that, and they kind of use that as part of their reasoning, like, well, look, you guys did well, and they're like, we don't care. My child's traumatized now. It's all thanks to you. If anything, it did get more word out.
The other kids saw that and are now going to be traumatized by that.
Yeah. I'd love to know what you guys think. You can go to the Emotional Mojo Facebook page and chime in. We're out of time. Big thank you again to you both. We really appreciate it.